Hi everyone, this is Diane. I have a haul to show you today. Um, the lady who gave me the Martha Stewart magazines messaged me and told me that there was a large yard sale. And when she described it and said the name and where it was, I knew where it was because it's the person that I got all those really old paper dolls from last year, like a big stack of them. And I got another bigger stack of paper dolls at a flea market, but they weren't as old. They were from the 80s, most of them. But these were like 20s, or not 20s, 40s paper dolls that I got from her, and lots of other paper stuff. So it's not really a yard sale. It's not at her house. She has a building located on a road, and she said they're going to open it about once a month if they can. So it was open today, and I went, and I caught it just before they were getting ready to close it up because it was getting ready to rain. But they let me look, and in just I don't know, 10-15 minutes I was there, I found all these things. So I might go back tomorrow because I'll be open again tomorrow. So that's enough talking about it. Let's just see what I got. There are paper dolls under here. She had more. I got all of the ones that I wanted from her last year, and then there were more today, so I don't know where she gets them. And they're old ones again. But I picked up the American magazine. I got quite a few from her last year. And this is they're from the 1920s. 1926. For the 20s and 30s magazines, there aren't a lot of color pictures in them. But let me see, there's usually some fashion stuff. Well, just at a glance, I don't see them. Let me see. The color pages are usually advertisements, and it's just a few. We won't flick through all of them. I just wanted to see if there's some fashion pages. Oh, that's nice. Big color wheel. It's a paint advertisement. I see lots of advertising images all cut out. That was a nice one. The lady with her Johnson's liquid wax. And there's a Johnson's wax electric floor polisher. Oh, maybe not. Okay, but there's plenty of images that I do like. I just picked out 3 that I like the covers of. That one's lovely. And it is also 1926, I believe. Yes, February 1926. I wasn't trying to show you anything. I was just, again, looking for fashion pages. And then March 1926. Then I got some Better Homes and Gardens magazines from the 1920s. 1926. Paradise pudding made with Jell-O. black fuzz keeps floating around. And March 1925, I loved that cover. And April 1925. Here are the paper dolls. I got 9 books of paper dolls. the Dion Quintuplets, Dolls and Costumes Cutout Book. There they are with their doctor. And this is from this is 1984. They were born in 1934. So I'm assuming this is a reproduction. I mean, it's from 1984, so it's 50 years after they were born, but it looks vintage. So I think they were a paper doll set back when they were about that age, 4 or 5, probably 4. And that this is just a reproduction of those same paper dolls. It just doesn't say that here. It's really cute. And since it's not old, I mean, it's vintage, it's 1984, it is considered vintage, but it's not from the 1950s. I wouldn't mind taking that apart and using the dolls in journals. Betty Boop Goes to Hollywood paper dolls. The Bride of the Monster, and there's Pudgy the Mummy. This looks like it's 1980s also, but these other ones are older. I don't see a date. KFS 1984. I don't know what KFS company is. I just thought somebody would like Betty Boop. I'm not a Betty Boop fan. Scarlett O'Hara. Gentlemen prefer Boop. The Force is with Princess Betty. And Over the Rainbow. It's cute. These books feature dollies. This is Hello Dollies. 1964. These are cardstock clothes. This is in good condition. There's Marilyn and her doll. And this is Dolly's fashion show cutout book. Lots of lovely clothes for all occasions, 2 stand-up models. And this is 1969. These are paper clothing pages. Matte. I love the matte paper doll clothes. There's a smocked dress. She's holding a box of paper dolls by Queen Holden. And this is Bonnie and Elizabeth. And this one is Marilyn. They're about the same size. So I guess these are vintage, but they're not as old as the other ones I got from her. At least the other ones I got were from the 40s to the 60s last year. But I still like these. Whitman Publishing has We're Twins, and it is 1981. So this looks a little bit wrinkled, a little bit like it got damp. It doesn't look like there's any staining from water, just the crinkled look. Oh, these are stuck. Okay, I'll have to see if I can get that apart. The Wizard of Oz paper dolls. This is 1976, I think. Yeah, 1926, 76. That must be a munchkin. Oh, look at the Scarecrow's bathrobe. There's the Tin Man's nightshirt and the lions. This does not have any writing on it to indicate a company or a date or anything. It just says cut out dressing book. It looks old. I would say from the 60s at least. It has a Japanese doll front and back, and then the clothing is all front and back. Very bright, and they're punch out. Nothing has been removed. These are ready to come out. There's an American or English doll too, or European. I know England is Europe. And another one. I thought they were pretty interesting. And this, I mentioned this last year. I saw it, and somebody said that they would want it if I bought it. So she charged a lot for some of these books, and I don't really know. I mean, she wasn't even there. Her husband was bringing things up, adding things up for me. This says $12 in pencil here, and I don't know if that's what he charged me, because he just added things up while I was looking at other things and then told me the total, and I gave him the money. And I'm thinking I paid quite a bit for some of these. Like the Wizard of Oz had a higher price than this written in it, but some of the other stuff I wasn't charged much for, so I just took the total that I paid, and I thought it was worth it all around. But anyway, these are the Happy Family, and it's 1977. You don't often see vintage black paper dolls, so I thought they were neat. That's why she charged more for these. And this one, he called her because he couldn't find the price on this one, and I was there standing next to him when he called her, and she said $3. I was like, really? You're charging $12 for this and $3 for Raggedy Ann? Okay. I love this gingham background with the pink roses. It's a big doll. And there's Andy. There's a pocket to put them in. Pocket in the front for her. Nope. Yep, I think. Yeah, there's a pocket there. And a pocket in the back for him. Alright, and I'm assuming he charged $1 a piece for these. I hope he didn't charge me $1 for this, because this was in there by mistake and there's nothing on it, but I'll use the card. This box, I didn't even count to see how many were in it. I just added it to the pile. And there's only 3 labels in it. And I don't know what he charged for it, but I love the old Denison labels. And if you look on eBay for vintage Denison labels, they're very expensive. And then these are just plastic buckles. This is Le Chic. And I don't know if they're Bakelite. I don't know how to tell. If somebody wants to tell me how to tell, I'm sure I could look it up. But this one is a red textured one, and that's the same thing in blue, and this is by Starlet. They call it a button. Buttons by Starlet, one button on the card. But it's a slide, I think. This one is called, yeah, Fashionable Slides. But I figured I could use them for closures to leave the strip of something through there. So I got a bunch of vintage clothing closures. And look at that. That one's cute too. This is not terribly old. I don't know how old, but it's got a barcode. And I just thought it was interesting. See if I can pull that pin out. It's 2 yards. And it looks like a pleated banner. That would be awesome in a sea journal, because it looks like shells, but I'm not making a sea journal, but I think it would be really fun to use in journals. Tell me what you think of this. Feels almost plasticky, but like it's definitely synthetic. This isn't old, but it's Raggedy Ann's Candy Heart Wisdom. I could make a journal out of the book, but I got it to use the pages in a Raggedy Ann journal. I don't see a, oh, 19, no, it's 0199. Nope, I don't see a date. $19.99. And I got this little memo calendar pad, and it's dated 1946. I didn't read the cartoon. I don't know if it's anything naughty. I just didn't read it. But I like the pages with these yellow pages, and there is space for writing. Someone wrote very neatly on these pages. Some of them are filled in. A lot of them are. But there are spaces. And there was one button card that had a picture on it. She had a lot of button cards. They were in this wide flat tote lined up like this, so you could flip through them. But this was laying on top. And quickly looking at them, I didn't see any other picture cards. But if I go back, I'll look again. I just knew I didn't have a lot of time. But that's in pretty decent shape. It's got 2 buttons left on it. I picked up 2 miscellaneous ephemera pieces, and he probably charged me $1 each. But this is Pennsylvania Railroad envelope, list of principal ticket offices. So this must be a ticket envelope, which I think is really, really cool. Oh, there's a ticket in there. The Pullman Company passenger's check to identify accommodations purchased, Philadelphia to Brookville, Pennsylvania. I don't see any dates. $19.30. That's a bright pink for $19.30, isn't it? I didn't know that ticket was in there. That's cool. And then this is Mark's Radio and Electric, 244 Washington Street, Binghamton, New York, and it's a monthly statement. It's got a rusty paper clip on it. Paid in full, May 11th, 1931. RCA washer, $319. $319. She was paying monthly. And lastly, I got this bag. And they charged me $5 for this bag. And I don't even know what's in it. 1939 Holiday Service, Western Newspaper Union. So apparently they bought News Events Illustrated for $2. Six pages, $2 per page, I guess. No, that's not right. Because the total was $227. Total column, I don't know what it all means. But anyway, there's a bunch of these receipts from the 1930s. This is John Schubert, electrical contractor, 1931. So it's printed 1921, but they wrote 31 over it. So it's just a receipt for electrical supplies. Western Newspaper Union, newspaper service. Baum Brothers Department Store. Originators and patentees of embossed wedding cards and folders. Butler and Kelly Company. Ball programs, wedding cards, folders, announcements, tickets, tassels, menus, etc. Rockland, sold to the Rockland County Times, 1931. Another billhead. Got some nice billheads here. Railway Express Agency. I have such a hard time saying railway. Women's Stylish Practical Fashions by Sherry Nicholas. 6 columns released each 2 weeks. Insurance agent. J.E. Lind Paper Company. .510 circle, 3 inches in diameter, 4-ply, RR, 2 sides red, die cutting. Transfer and Storage Company Incorporated, Hudson Valley Paper Company, Plank Book Manufacturers and Paper Rulers. I wonder if you can hear the rain. Rabbit's Foot brand printing inks. I hate to say it, but they look like dead mice with their rabbit's feet. It's not much better. We have a lot of repeats of things. Rockland Light and Power Company. If I'm not mistaken, Rockland is very, very close to New York City. Am I wrong about that? The Rockland County Times, Haverstraw, New York. Congers, New York. This one's pretty. This one looks really old. 1887. Wow. Look at the writing. Charles T. Bainbridge's Sons, Doctor. London Court Stationery. Some more. Dennison Manufacturing Company. 198 Broadway, New York. 1886. I love that. Doctor to the Forum Publishing Company. This one is Elmira, New York. That's close to me. Aren't these fun? Do you think these things are fun like I do? I hope I'm showing them to you. I think Lippincot's a jewelry company. Lippincott Jewelers. I think I've seen that advertised on TV, or I used to. So I love all these bills. So $5 was a great price for this. Makes up for spending more on paper dolls than I wanted to. Making my throat itch though. Scranton, Wetmore and Company Booksellers and Stationers. Number 12 State Street, Elmira. Exchange Street. Labor Saving Office Devices. This one is 1885. This one is 1886. 1887. These are in really good condition. I'll scan some of these. I removed most of my digitals, if not all of them, because I have to renew them, and it's only 20 cents each time, but if they're just sitting there not selling, I'll lose whatever. I don't make much money on the digitals, but and it's okay because I don't do any altering to them. I just scan them. But it is work to do what I do. But I will scan some of these and put them in the shop, and when they stop selling, I'll take them out when it's time to renew, if they haven't been selling. But I'll scan them for myself for sure, so I might as well add them to the shop. What do you think? Are these something you would want to purchase digitally? And I will probably put some of the originals in my shop. They're just so beautiful. I love bill heads, these old bill heads. And this book page was in there. Billy Burke. I should put that with the Wizard of Oz journal. Elsie Ferguson. Oh, it's talking about the Wizard of Oz. Billy Burke played Glinda, the Good Witch. I wonder who Elsie Ferguson was. Maybe she played it. Oh, it's not the Wizard of Oz. She played something in a play. And just some gas company receipts. These are from the 1930s. Alright, that's what I got today. Paper dolls and receipts and plastic or Bakelite slides and other fun things, magazines. I hope you enjoyed going through these with me. I had fun looking at them. And I'll be back with another video before you know it. Have a creative day. Bye-bye.